how did you bridge that gap between law enforcement and community?
Right.
And how did you apply that knowledge you had from all those years?
Again, to me and my personal experiences growing up in a community that was heavily policed, having personally been a victim of the criminal justice system, told you about some corrupt police officers who arrested me. They knew I didn't commit that crime.
Yeah.
So I had my own ideas of what, policing and how, not all of them. And that's the thing. I think we make a mistake and we generalize. And I wanted to make sure that, like, even after meeting Eric and the other brothers and sisters of the 100 Blacks in law enforcement who care, that was confirmed. That was very important for me to know. But it confirmed that the majority of our brothers and sisters and people who put on that uniform got into this work because they really wanted to fight crime and make communities safe. But in like everything, you have a minority of people who want to go the other way, break the rules. And community, we look at it only the part of the people that are corrupt. Mm-hmm. So we generalize and we put everybody into the same ball of wax. And I think that's a bit unfair. Yeah. Because even police does it to community. Yeah. Right? They look at us as a community and they stereotype us all in certain precincts, in certain neighborhoods. They believe that anybody and everybody they see is walking while Black is a perp, when in fact it's the other way around. The overwhelming majority of the people in our communities are law-abiding citizens, good people who are hardworking, praying, dreaming people who just want to go about life, but a life more abundantly. And then in that, there's a minority of people who are corrupt, criminal, whatever. They're thinking about whatever way that they can probably get it by taking it, so to speak. Yeah. So what I learned is that we have two different perspectives, that most of which are misrepresentations of it. And having had personal experiences and having been working alongside great leaders who help organize and mobilize and fight back on injustices, I was the best person to be able to realistically work alongside police, look for those that I know that are really honest about wanting to bridge a gap, working alongside communities from which I come from, and work along those that really realistically, because the bottom line at the end of the day, that we all coexist. The police are not going anywhere. And we, the community, we're not going anywhere. So how do we coexist? And it's that bridge. How do we build that bridge? And so it's interesting how I have now the relationship with law enforcement that I do, because I don't compromise the community in the process. Yeah. But I have the love and the respect, and I have the backing of the community. So we are working from both sides of the bridge, and we're building it this way. And hopefully our goal is to make it so that we meet in the middle and we seal it right there so that we can have that respectful coexistence where we're not looking at each other based on our uniform or where we are living in what precincts, but the fact that the human person that's inside that uniform, the human person that walks in our community, no matter how they're dressed, should be treated with respect. And that should be the basis from which you engage people. Mm-hmm. So I think that I'm a perfect example of knowing how to gain the respect of the police department, while at the same time get them to respect the communities that they police within. Yeah. Because we gotta get through it at some point. We only need each other.
Yeah, I think that's very important. When you said work with both sides and not compromise the community.
Right. That's right. If there's zero tolerance for that. Yeah. I'm very clear when I go in that room. I represent the community, but I'm that person who's open and willful to want to establish a respectful relationship. The way that you police in other neighborhoods should be the same way you police in Black and brown communities. Yes. Straight up. And if you do anything different, when you step out of that line of order, I'm going to be the first one that's going to have something to say to you about that. Because I know that you don't apply that same tactic elsewhere. Yes, sir. Because I'm able, to travel and to see these things and live in color.
Yes, sir.